Here is a voice within that knows exactly what you are meant to do. But the world around you keeps whispering, you need balance. And so, you begin to juggle everything. Your dreams, your fears, your responsibilities, your doubts. Hoping that somewhere between all the noise, you will find peace. But the truth is, peace doesn't come from balance. It comes from focus. Balance is a myth created by the mind that fears missing out. It tells you that you can give equal energy to everything and still rise to greatness. But the law of life is concentration. Whatever you give your energy to expands. Whatever you feed grows. And whatever you neglect fades away. Focus is the secret to creation, for the universe itself responds to single-pointed intention. The sun's rays can warm you, but when focused through a lens, they can set fire. So can your thoughts when directed with faith and purpose. People spend their lives chasing balance, trying to do everything and please everyone. They water 100 seeds, yet nothing blooms. But the one who focuses, who plants one seed and waters it daily, soon walks through a garden full of life. You are not meant to scatter your energy. You are meant to channel it like a river that cuts through mountains. Not because of its force, but because it never changes direction. Focus is not about doing more, it is about becoming one with the thing that matters most. When you focus, the impossible bends. The mountain moves. The door opens. Every obstacle becomes a stepping stone because energy follows attention. If your attention is scattered, your results will be scattered. But if your attention is pure, undivided, and unwavering, everything aligns to meet you halfway. Balance is compromise, but focus is faith. Balance tries to measure time and energy, while focus trusts divine timing. Balance is the art of survival, but focus is the path to creation. The person who tries to balance too many things never experiences mastery. But the one who focuses on one divine idea and holds to it with conviction moves mountains without force. Life never asks you to balance everything. It asks you to obey one calling. The mind may say, but what about this? What about that? Yet the heart knows only one thing truly matters. When you follow that one thing, everything else finds its right place. The moment you align your focus with your purpose, confusion disappears. Decisions become effortless. Energy flows where clarity exists. Imagine a sculptor. If he tries to shape 10 stones at once, none will ever become a masterpiece. But if he focuses on one, with patience and precision, the divine form hidden inside begins to reveal itself. You are the sculptor of your destiny. Your focus is the chisel. Every distraction dulls your edge, but every act of concentration brings you closer to the masterpiece you were born to reveal. So, stop trying to balance your dreams with your doubts. Stop trying to balance your purpose with the opinions of others. You don't need balance, you need direction. You need to choose what deserves your sacred attention, and then pour yourself into it completely. When you move with focus, the universe rearranges itself to match your vibration. Doors open, people appear, and resources flow, not because you did more, but because you believed more deeply in one clear direction. Balance divides your energy, but focus multiplies it. Balance asks, how can I fit everything in? Focus asks, what is truly mine to do? And once you answer that question, you'll find that everything else begins to fall away. Distractions lose power. Chaos dissolves. You become still inside, even when life is loud outside. Because focus brings peace, not the peace of quietness, but the peace of purpose. When your eyes are fixed on the goal, you do not notice the waves. When your mind is anchored in your vision, storms cannot shake you. Focus is faith in motion. It is the refusal to be divided by what doesn't matter. It is the sacred yes to your divine assignment. Balance is for those who fear missing something. Focus is for those who are ready to manifest something. Every great creation was born from focus, not balance. The inventor who stayed awake night after night chasing a vision did not seek balance. He sought truth. The artist who poured her soul into one painting did not worry about time. She surrendered to creation. The dreamer who built empires didn't divide his energy. He directed it. Because creation demands devotion, not division. You are not here to live a life of fragments, scattered across 1,000 concerns. You are here to live a life of purpose, whole, radiant, and powerful. Focus is how you honor that purpose. When you focus, your energy becomes magnetic. Your thoughts become commands. Your vision becomes real. The world bends to the strength of your clarity. You begin to move from effort to ease, from striving to flowing, from chaos to creation. The truth is simple: you cannot balance destiny. You can only surrender to it. The moment you choose focus, you activate divine order. Everything that was once chaotic begins to align. What is meant for you moves closer, and what is not meant for you falls away. That is the power of focus. It simplifies your life, amplifies your energy, and reveals your highest path. Balance is a human idea. Focus is a divine law. Balance divides. Focus unites. Balance exhausts. Focus empowers. Balance is temporary harmony. Focus is eternal purpose. The world may tell you to balance everything, but your soul will always whisper, you don't need balance. You need focus. Balance divides your energy, but focus multiplies your power. When you try to balance everything, you unconsciously scatter your attention. Your mind becomes a battlefield where countless small desires compete for dominance, and your spirit becomes wary from trying to hold them all at once. Balance, though it sounds harmonious, often becomes a silent thief of momentum. It convinces you that doing a little bit of everything will lead to peace, when in truth, peace is born from knowing where your energy truly belongs. Focus, on the other hand, is divine precision. It is the art of directing your life force toward one purpose until it becomes unstoppable. What you focus on expands, for energy is loyal to intention. Every thought you think, every emotion you nurture, is a form of currency. Spend it wisely, for whatever you invest your inner world into begins to shape your outer world. When you divide your attention among too many things, nothing receives enough energy to bloom. It is like watering 10 plants with 1 cup of water. Each gets a drop, but none truly grow. Focus is taking that same cup and pouring it into one plant until it flourishes. That flourishing becomes proof of power, evidence that when energy is concentrated, results multiply. The one who understands this no longer chases balance. They choose direction. They stop asking how to do it all and start asking what is truly worth doing. For every distraction you entertain, you delay your destiny a little longer. Every time you divide your power among the trivial, you weaken the divine force meant to build your vision. Life is not asking you to balance everything. It is asking you to decide what matters most. The human mind is finite in its capacity to hold energy, yet infinite in its ability to expand through focus. When you focus deeply on one thing, you merge with it. You begin to attract opportunities, people, and synchronicities aligned with that vibration. It is as if the entire universe bends toward the one who knows exactly where they are going. Balance says, give equal energy to everything. Focus says, give sacred energy to what truly matters. One divides, the other multiplies. One exhausts, the other empowers. Focus is the silent law of mastery. No great artist, thinker, or creator ever reached greatness by balancing everything. They reached greatness by losing themselves in what they loved, by becoming one with their vision until the line between dream and reality disappeared. The power of focus lies in consistency. Every act of focused attention strengthens your energetic current. Each time you return your mind to your goal instead of distractions, you train your spirit to command energy, and energy, when obeyed, creates miracles. Balance is often rooted in fear. The fear of neglecting something, the fear of missing out, the fear of being judged. But focus is rooted in faith. It says, if I give my all to this, the rest will align in divine order. That is not selfishness, that is sacred alignment. When you honor your one true calling, everything else in your life adjusts to support it. Balance requires constant juggling. Focus allows everything to fall into place naturally. It transforms chaos into clarity, because your energy is no longer scattered among endless possibilities. It is anchored in one truth. Think of light. When it is diffused, it warms the surface. But when it is concentrated, it becomes a laser capable of cutting through steel. The same energy, different direction. Such is the difference between balance and focus. When your attention is fragmented, you may feel busy, yet you make little progress. When it is concentrated, even small efforts produce great results. The mind tries to convince you that balance equals peace, but real peace is born when you are no longer divided within. Every divided intention weakens your vibration, but a focused heart radiates power. Power is not in doing more. It is in doing one thing with complete alignment, love, and presence. People often say they want balance because they are tired of chaos. But the chaos does not come from doing too much. It comes from not knowing what deserves your devotion. Focus brings order to your inner world. It silences confusion because it gives every thought a home, every action a direction. When you know what you are focused on, you no longer chase after every possibility. You move from being reactive to being creative. The balanced person tries to maintain everything. The focused person creates from clarity. Balance measures how much you can carry. Focus decides what is worth carrying. It is the great simplifier of life, the remover of noise, the doorway to power. When you focus on what matters, energy becomes magnetic. People feel your certainty and are drawn to it. Circumstances begin to organize themselves around your decision. The law of focus is not about effort, it is about alignment. When you are truly focused, you no longer push for results, results flow to you. You become a channel for divine intelligence, because your energy is undivided. Every time you doubt yourself, your focus wavers, and your results scatter. But when you trust your direction completely, the power within you multiplies. The more consistent your focus, the faster your reality responds. Balance dilutes, focus magnifies. The difference between mediocrity and mastery is not talent. It is the depth of focus applied over time. Focus also demands surrender. You cannot hold everything and still move forward. You must release what does not serve your higher aim. Balance asks you to keep everything in place, but focus asks you to let go of the unnecessary so that your true purpose can rise. It is the pruning of the soul, the refinement of intention. You begin to notice that not every opportunity is yours, not every task deserves your energy, and not every voice needs to be answered. Focus is discipline disguised as peace. It is knowing that your destiny depends not on how much you do, but on how clearly you see where you are meant to go. In the silence of focus, miracles are born. The noise of balance fades, and what remains is clarity. You begin to experience a new kind of power, the power of being fully present in one direction. Each day, as you commit to your purpose, your energy compounds. Like interest accumulating in a divine account, your focus multiplies your inner wealth until the outer world must reflect it. There is no struggle in focus, there is only flow. When you align your thoughts, words, and actions toward one vision, you become unstoppable, not because you force outcomes, but because your vibration commands them. Balance is a compromise with fear, focus is a covenant with destiny. Balance wants everything to coexist, focus wants truth to prevail. Balance divides your energy, but focus multiplies your power. The universe responds to single, pointed intention, not scattered effort. Every thought you hold, every desire you nurture, and every action you take carries a vibration that communicates with the invisible realm of creation. The universe is not confused. It mirrors the clarity or chaos of your mind. When your intention is divided, your results are uncertain. But when your intention is singular, unwavering, and filled with conviction, the forces of life align themselves to make it real. This is the sacred law of focus in motion. The universe does not reward business or balance. It rewards clarity. It listens not to how much you do but to how purely you desire. It moves not by your struggle but by your certainty. Every act of creation begins with a clear intention. Intention is the blueprint that energy follows. When you send mixed signals, you receive mixed outcomes. You may say you want success, but if your thoughts are filled with fear of failure, the universe receives confusion. It responds to vibration, not words. The language of creation is energy. When your energy is aligned with one purpose, you send a direct command to the unseen. That command moves mountains, rearranges circumstances, and opens paths that logic cannot explain. The one who learns to hold a single, pointed intention begins to live beyond limitation, because their focus becomes magnetic. The clearer your intention, the faster creation responds. Scattered effort is the illusion of progress. It feels productive but rarely produces fruit. You can spend years doing many things and never experience fulfillment, because your energy is spread thin. Life does not require endless effort, it requires pure direction. The archer does not release 10 arrows in every direction, hoping one will hit the target. He aims once with full concentration, and that one arrow pierces the center. The same is true for your energy. One focused thought held in faith is more powerful than 1,000 distracted actions. The universe does not respond to motion. It responds to meaning. It moves for those who move with intention, not for those who simply move single. Pointed intention is not about obsession. It is about harmony between thought, feeling, and belief. When these three align, they create a current of power so strong that reality must conform. The mind must decide what it wants, the heart must believe it is possible, and the spirit must act as though it is already done. In this alignment, effort becomes effortless. The outer world begins to mirror the inner certainty. Doors that once seemed locked open easily, because you no longer push against resistance. You have become one with the direction of your desire. Every time you waver, every time you doubt, your signal weakens. But when you hold steady, even in silence, your energy sends a steady command into the field of creation. The universe is like a mirror. It does not judge or question, it simply reflects. If your intention is divided between faith and fear, it will reflect both. You may find moments of success followed by sudden setbacks, bursts of progress followed by confusion. This is not punishment, it is reflection. The mirror only shows you what you hold. But when your heart and mind are united in one pure direction, the mirror becomes clear. Everything begins to work together for your good. What once felt distant suddenly feels possible. The energy you send out comes back multiplied because it is coherent, not fragmented. Coherence is the secret of manifestation. The universe flows where there is unity of purpose. Scattered effort drains life force, because it divides attention. It is like sunlight spread across a field, warm but not transformative. Yet when focused through a lens, that same sunlight can ignite a flame. The power was always there. It only needed direction. Human beings carry the same potential. Most never ignite their power because they scatter it across too many desires, too many doubts, too many distractions. But the moment you decide, truly decide, on one purpose, that purpose gathers energy. It begins to glow in the unseen realm until it materializes in the seen. Creation is not random, it is deliberate. The one who holds a single, pointed intention creates with precision, while the one who chases many outcomes creates confusion. The secret of mastery is not doing more, but wanting one thing deeply enough to give it everything. The universe tests the sincerity of your intention by asking for your focus. Every distraction that appears is an invitation to choose again. Will you divide your attention, or will you remain true to what you declared? The moment you stay firm, unseen forces begin to move. Synchronicities appear. People show up. Resources align. It is not magic, it is law. When your inner world becomes certain, your outer world must reflect that certainty. The universe is organized around vibration, and vibration is determined by focus. To hold a single pointed intention is to declare to the universe, "This is what I am available for, and nothing else." That clarity commands creation. Those who chase many things exhaust themselves because they live by effort, not energy. They push against the current of life instead of flowing with it. But those who focus live by faith. They understand that one clear vision is worth more than a lifetime of scattered goals. The world teaches you to multitask, to balance, to do it all. But the universe teaches the opposite: simplify, purify, and focus. The clearer your inner space, the stronger your creative power. When you hold one thought, one feeling, one belief, the universe responds with precision. It does not delay, it aligns. Every delay you experience is a signal that your intention is divided. The moment you gather your energy into one direction, time bends, opportunities multiply, and outcomes accelerate. Single, pointed intention is also surrender. It means trusting the process so deeply that you no longer question when or how it will happen. Doubt scatters energy. Faith focuses it. When you hold a steady intention with a peaceful heart, you create space for miracles. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer struggle, you align. The power of the universe moves through you, not against you. Every step you take feels guided, because your vibration is steady. The one who is focused does not need to force results. They magnetize them through clarity. Clarity is the highest form of power, because it eliminates contradiction. The moment your inner world becomes undivided, manifestation becomes natural. Scattered effort often comes from fear. The fear of missing an opportunity, or the fear of choosing wrong. But the truth is, there are no wrong choices when you move with clarity. The universe adjusts to your conviction. It does not punish, it organizes. Every great achievement began with someone who dared to focus completely on one dream, while others tried to balance everything. The law of creation favors the brave heart that chooses and commits. The divided heart never knows its true strength because it never gives itself fully. But the one who gives everything to one purpose discovers divine support waiting at every step. The universe loves decisiveness because it is a reflection of trust, and trust is the highest vibration of creation. When your intention becomes single-pointed, life simplifies. You stop asking, "What if it doesn't work?" and begin to declare, "It must work because it is already mine." That declaration sends ripples through the unseen. You feel a calm certainty replacing anxiety. This is alignment. Every cell in your being begins to vibrate with one message, and the universe echoes it back. You attract not by wanting but by knowing. You receive not by demanding but by becoming a match. Single-pointed intention turns desire into magnetism. The moment you hold one unwavering thought with complete belief, creation cannot resist you. Scattered effort whispers, focus commands. The universe responds to single-pointed intention, not scattered effort. Focus is faith in motion. It aligns you with your divine purpose. Faith is not a passive belief. It is active energy. It is the movement of the unseen into form, the transformation of an idea into experience. When you focus, you are demonstrating faith without words. You are saying to the universe, "I trust this path so deeply that I will give it my full attention." Focus becomes the visible form of invisible belief. Every moment you stay centered on your purpose despite appearances, you are practicing faith. Every time you turn away from distraction and doubt, you are declaring that your destiny is more real than your fears. Focus is not mere concentration of the mind, it is devotion of the spirit. It is a sacred agreement between your inner truth and the life that is waiting to emerge through you. Faith is movement, not waiting. It is not hoping that something will happen. It is knowing that it already exists in the unseen and aligning your energy to meet it. When you focus, you move in harmony with that unseen creation. The world around you may tell you to wait for signs, to seek balance, to make sure of everything first. But the soul knows that certainty is born in focus. The moment you decide what you truly want and hold your attention there, faith begins to flow through you like electricity through a wire. The current of the universe needs a channel, and your focus becomes that channel. Without focus, faith dissipates. With focus, faith takes shape. Every act of attention is a silent prayer. Every moment of concentration a step toward manifestation. When your faith becomes motion through focus, obstacles lose their power. Doubt cannot dwell in a mind that is anchored in direction. The focused soul does not waste energy questioning whether the dream is possible. It simply walks toward it, trusting that the path will rise to meet each step. Faith is not blind, it is visionary. It sees beyond what is visible. Focus allows that vision to guide your actions even when logic hesitates. You begin to act not from fear but from knowing. Each decision, no matter how small, becomes an act of creation because it is made with clarity. The universe recognizes this vibration of certainty and responds in kind. Life begins to unfold in your favor, not by chance but by law. To focus is to remove your attention from what does not serve your purpose. It is not about working harder, it is about aligning deeper. When you focus on your divine calling, you draw power from an infinite source. The more you align, the stronger the current becomes. Your focus turns faith from an abstract idea into living evidence. The outer world begins to mirror the inner conviction. You start to see signs, coincidences, and opportunities that confirm your direction. These are not accidents. They are reflections of your faith in motion. The universe does not give you what you wish for. It gives you what you are focused enough to believe in. Focus is the act of staying tuned to your divine frequency even when noise surrounds you. The mind often confuses faith with waiting, but true faith is focus in movement. It is the willingness to take steps before seeing the full staircase. It is walking forward when the outcome is unseen, trusting that each moment of focused intention is building the unseen bridge. The more you focus, the more your energy vibrates with purpose. That vibration becomes your signature, your energetic message to the universe. Everything in creation begins to respond to it. People who carry this focused faith seem to attract opportunities effortlessly. They are not lucky, they are aligned. They have learned the rhythm of creation: intention, belief, focus, and manifestation. Focus is the thread that holds them all together. When you live with focus, you enter divine order. Chaos cannot survive in a mind that knows its direction. Faith brings you vision, but focus gives that vision form. Without focus, even the strongest faith remains unrealized potential. Focus channels that faith into movement, and movement creates momentum. Momentum attracts miracles, because it signals that you are in harmony with your destiny. Each time you choose to remain focused instead of distracted, you multiply the energy of faith within you. The heart becomes steady, the mind becomes calm, and your actions become inspired rather than forced. You begin to live from the flow of divine timing instead of the rush of human impatience. Focus as faith in motion requires trust in divine timing. It means knowing that everything unfolds exactly as it should when you are aligned. Many lose faith because they look for immediate proof, but focus teaches patience. The seed does not doubt the soil because it cannot see the sunlight. It grows silently in darkness, knowing that its time will come. Likewise, when you stay focused on your purpose, even when results are unseen, you are living in faith. Every moment you choose not to waver, you strengthen your alignment with divine timing. The universe rewards the one who stays centered despite delay. Focus turns waiting into preparation and transforms uncertainty into creative stillness. Faith in motion is also surrender. Focused faith does not fight the flow, it follows it. When you focus, you stop forcing outcomes and start aligning with them. You release the need to control how things happen and concentrate only on what you are here to do. The universe handles the details when your focus is pure. This surrender is not giving up, it is giving over. To divine order, to higher intelligence, to the rhythm of the unseen. It is trusting that what you focus on with love and certainty must manifest, because energy obeys faith. Every moment of true focus is an act of surrendering fear and choosing creation. It is saying, I will stay with my vision until it becomes real, no matter how long it takes. That consistency of faith turns invisible ideas into tangible experiences. When your focus becomes faith in motion, you attract guidance without effort. Intuitive nudges, sudden insights, and timely encounters begin to appear. You start to feel carried by something greater than yourself. This is the alignment of divine purpose. The moment when you stop chasing and begin receiving. You realize that you are not alone in your creation. The universe is your silent partner, always responding to your focus. The clearer your direction, the more powerful the response. You stop asking, will it happen? And begin to declare, it is already unfolding. This declaration is not arrogance, it is alignment. Faith is not about wishing, it is about knowing. Focus is the proof of that knowing. Focus also refines your vibration. Each time you turn away from doubt, fear, or distraction, your energy purifies. The universe is sensitive to frequency, it responds to purity, not intensity. A focused heart radiates pure energy because it no longer entertains contradiction. It is free from conflict between wanting and doubting, between believing and fearing. That purity of vibration becomes magnetic. It draws to you the exact experiences that match your intention. Faith then becomes not just a belief, but a living power flowing through every word, thought, and action. The one who focuses with faith walks through life with quiet authority, knowing that nothing can oppose the energy of divine alignment. Every great transformation begins when focus replaces fear. Fear scatters energy, focus gathers it. Fear looks for proof, faith creates it. When you focus, you withdraw power from fear and give it back to your purpose. That is how alignment happens. Not through struggle but through choice. Each time you choose to direct your attention toward what you desire instead of what you fear, you shift timelines. You begin to attract from a higher level of vibration. Life starts to move in your favor, because you are no longer divided within yourself. Focus integrates your energy into wholeness, and wholeness is where miracles live. Focus is the living expression of faith. It is how you show the universe that you believe enough to act, enough to wait, enough to stay consistent even when the world seems silent. Faith without focus is wishful thinking, but faith with focus becomes power. When your energy is one, pointed and your heart is unwavering, you become a vessel for divine purpose to move through you. Everything you need finds you, because you have become aligned with the frequency of creation. Focus is faith that walks, faith that builds, faith that knows its destination. It is not balance. It is surrender to the divine flow that guides you toward the fulfillment of your purpose.